Hello there everyone and welcome back to Empire Total War with Imperial Destroyer mod. Last time around we had a big battle at Nagpur where we faced off an enemy army of about 10,000 men. We were able to swiftly destroy most of that. And I was a little bit worried at the end of last episode because we had the Portuguese advancing, and even though I'd killed 8,000 of the troops of the Mughal Empire, they still had tons of armies around me. Since then, I've done a few turns trying to get everything ready for the next episode, and all the Mughal armies more or less disappeared. Now, I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of them actually hiding, and it's just that we don't see them anymore because they are hiding, but they're in the area. I don't think they all just went up and disappeared into the fog of war. My spy has been looking for them, but yeah, I think they're just hidden. What I might do is try to set him up in this town over here, or maybe here, just to see if we can get like he open up a spy network so we get a clear view of what's here in this area. In the meantime as well, we ran into some stability problems. I lost stability very quickly in these turns. There was a number of events that just drastically reduced all my stability. I am at stability 1 right now, so that's okay, but you can kind of see just how devastating loss of stability is, because we went from making, I think I was making 12,000 or something before. I was at least 10,000. We lost 70% of that, so we're down to 3,000 at this point, and I unfortunately had 2 rebellions spring up. So we've got one right here which have taken the plantation in this area, or the cotton plantation, taken over that, and we've got a similar going out here. Now this one wasn't necessary, it was partly spawned by the instability, but it was also caused by the fact that they have a spy in here causing problems for us. So that's why the unhappiness is very high in this region. So we've got quite the force coming in here. We do have... Oh shit, this is one of the places that don't have a fort. And I only have 4 units of militia against, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of armed populace. So they outnumber me 2 to 1 at least. Now I could have marched down. Oh, you know what? We have a ship here. I could go ahead and take these 3, bring them by ship, bring them in here before these attack, and that will be enough to stop them, destroy their first wave, and then send them back here. We did also have a little bit of a problem with Portuguese fleets moving around, but the Portuguese are now mostly engaged with the Spanish. Yes, in between these episodes I was also able to sue for peace with Spain and the Mamelukes in Egypt. So we're at peace with them. The Mughal fleet has moved in here, a small Mughal fleet, to lay siege to the port. I'll be moving my ships shortly. The admiral died of the 40-gun ship, so I decommissioned that, and instead I'm building somewhere here. I'm building I'm building down here another 54 gun, and I'm also building more 54 guns in my home region. War has sprung up in between Spain, the French and our allies, the Great British, because, well, the French attacked me. I was able, though, to sue for peace really quickly with them. I don't know what really happened there. It was a string of victories for my navy along the coast here, where I took out quite a few fleets, and similarly out here. But yeah, so we were able to sue for peace. The British are still at war with them, so that's good, but still quite dangerous here. The French were able, in fact, for those short turns, to lay siege to our ports for about 2 turns, which caused some, I don't know, yeah, we managed to solve the bankruptcy that we got, because, well, when they sieged these 2 ports, all my trade fell from 18,000 to about 3,000, then I was reduced to just a land-based trade with Hanover, Munster, and Württemberg. So those were the only ones I was able to trade with. So it fell to 3,000 out of 18,000, meaning I had minus 15,000 plus the instability had reduced my income. So I was actually making, I think, 15,000 minus per turn. So we got a little bit from that, but I was able to sue for peace rather quickly. I think it was because of my naval victories in India, but also the British Navy was able to take out a lot of the French Navy that was here. They had a large contingent of ships. We're still at war with Portugal, which is good, because that's today's episode. Before we do that, I want to go over to North America, or the Caribbean. So I was asked to name one of my regiments, and I did it last turn. I was just not able, last video, I just wasn't able to show it because we were fighting in India. So then the regiment that I decided to name was the Jacobite Scots. They now have the nickname the First Scots Hombrados, within quotation marks. So there we go. I mean, this is so late in the campaign. We have to retroactively see. You have to retroactively remember what the Scots did. I think since you can name in both Empire and Napoleon, it's probably better that if the people get their requests to name regiments in as early as possible in the campaign. Also because I'm doing so many episodes, or trying to do episodes in advance, it's going to take a while for that request to go in, so it's pretty good to get those in as soon as possible in the campaigns. I'm thinking that what we'll do today is we're going to fight the Portuguese army over here, then we're going to march in and I'm going to try to take as much of this as possible, and once this is more or less secure, we're going to go ahead and attack Mysore, and I'm going to get my navy to take out the Mysore navy over here, which is going to be a huge naval battle. So I'm going to try and get as many of my big 54 gun ships as possible to take part in this, because we're going to meet 2 fleets, so almost 40 ships going to take part in that battle. So that'll be pretty epic, and we'll just cut them down with canister, most of it. That's, I should say, I was able to take my carronade fleet, which is currently stationed over here. I was able to take them over here to attack the Spanish fleet. Now, when I finally attacked, there was only 1 Spanish brig left here, which I don't know where the other 2 ships went. Maybe Spain is suffering from economical problems and they removed both of them. But I mean, the carronades, they fire really powerful shots, and I was able to get up close and rake the enemy ship from the front. 1 broadside of canister onto the brig, and I guess was really a really good angle, was enough to get the ship to surrender. So that battle went so quick, and we were able to take that ship down. With all of that said, it's time to take on the Portuguese. They marched all the way up here. I got an opportunity within the end turn to intercept them. I decided against that because I wanted to explain a little bit what had gone on in between the episodes. With that said, let's destroy the Portuguese army here. Quite an interesting fight because they got 2 howitzers, the same as us. The question is if they'll be deploying them or not, because we had met enemy armies before with howitzer, and I mean, if they don't deploy them, they aren't very useful, are they? So we got quite a few, 4 units of grenadiers, 3 units of company, 2 units of light infantry, 2 units of sepoys, 1 native cavalry, 2 normal regiments of cavalry, 2 artillery, 12 pounders, and then 2 howitzers. It's a pretty well balanced army. I'm actually quite surprised here. No militia. So this is a really powerful army. That's under the command of Geraldo Jacom against Jerome Comstock, or however you want to pronounce that name. With that said, let's draw into battle and defeat the Portuguese and open up for total conquest of Portuguese India. So not only does the enemy have a really strong army, they get to start uphill from me on this pretty big hill. As we're pretty big, it's huge in terms of terrain. I mean, it's basically like that other battle we had in India against the Mughal Empire when I held the hill. I decided to go on the right side. Now, I just actually noticed the impassable terrain here, which is going to make it a little bit difficult for us to advance through this side, but we'll actually get somewhat up to the same level as the enemy by advancing on this side. Pretty standard setup. Sepoys in the front, East India coming in the back, native cavalry on either side, and howitzer in the center. Let's go ahead and start. The enemy deployed on the back side of the hill, and they're not deploying the guns, which I'd like to see. I mean, it would be very difficult to advance if they deploy the guns. So in that sense, I'm happy that they don't, but it kind of makes the battle a little bit too easy if the enemy isn't even gonna use the most powerful assets. I just think I've accidentally clicked on one of their hidden light infantry units. So it's kind of hiding over there. I'm gonna give general advance order for the army to advance upon the enemy. And we'll see what happens. We do hold high ground. This could be a good spot for the howitzers maybe, but it looks like the enemy is kind of concentrating on the very top of this hill, so it might be hard to hit them from that area. Got tons of grenadiers. Currently they're all on the wrong side of the hill. If they deploy the howitzers on the very top of the hill, it's going to be extremely difficult to get at them. Luckily for me, we've got kind of these crews down here which I could attack. All the native cavalry, everything's moving to... Yeah, they're moving everything onto the top hill. Let's see if we can't catch some of the units off guard. I'm gonna get these guys to sprint as fast as possible to get these. I'm also thinking that the light infantry is still out here, which could be easy targets for my cavalry. This one's separated from the rest, so we want to kill that one. I mean, I don't even know if they deploy the howitzer on top of the hill. I don't even know how I would get to them. Tons of cavalry moving here. They had 3 units, I believe. Okay, here comes the units. My musketeer units don't look like they will come in time to be able to hit these guys. Impossible terrain. Looks like they're moving back, so they will actually... Okay, so I can actually move in between them and the rest of the army. So we have managed to separate... Oh, there we go. Light infantry. The 2 light infantry units have been spotted. Those need to die. More important than killing this one. They might be... Damn. My boots are made for walking. striking red boots, or it's actually red gaiters. It's 3 units of light infantry. And a Portuguese... Ooh, shit! A bomb! Just took out 30 of my cavalrymen. Okay. Oh, there goes another one. Nasty. However, it probably killed as many of their men as it did of mine. Huge loss for the Portuguese here. My cavalry striking and slaughtering all the light infantry, even with the bombs. So that's a great victory for us. And the units were severely cut down by this attack. Okay, we got fire going on here now. I want to reduce that unit below 100. Let's get 2 of those cavalry units though. And get them over here, and we can see about rushing that guy. They're 80 men strong at the current. I want to kind of cut them down. At this point, the Portuguese are actually leaving the hill, and they're setting up on the back side of it. I mean, if they don't stop, I don't know how long I will have the patience to chase these. Like, when are you gonna stop? This area, though, we set off 2 of the bombs. That means there's an additional 2 bombs there that we need to be worried about. Let's come up behind and charge into the seapoint unit and destroy it. We lost 50 men. They have lost 130. Hold fire. Here comes the cavalry. And it's a good strike. It's a good strike indeed. Right. With that, we should continue the advance. So let's go ahead and figure out how we're gonna march up here. So, kind of, I mean, very much looks like the Portuguese have no intention on defending the hill. They're gonna march to the side. Not gonna try to avoid the bombs. Let's set the seapoints going that way, and then the East India Company coming up. I mean, I'm gonna spread them out as soon as possible. That's a bad setup because, well, obviously with the enemy having howitzers, that's gonna be bad. But I just want them to get into position. Continue to charge those guys down. Who's shooting at us? Remnants of light infantry are shooting from the high hill. Look at those striking boots. So it's not just the gaiters, the boot as well is red. I don't know if that's a Portuguese thing. Light infantry with very bright red shoes. I'm trying to hold off as long as possible, but I'm pretty sure I can just move my cavalry onto these and start fighting them, and their cannons will die. I kind of want a little bit of bloodshed here, but otherwise we did really well with the cavalry charges. Actually, these cavalry should move to that side, and you should move to this side, just because take a way longer time to get into position. So they don't have that many troops. I'm looking at all these logs, and it kind of looks like the bombs, or the fugasse, or how you pronounce it. I've got their artillery kind of in the center. They're so unsure of where they need to they're gonna set up to defend that it's just absolute chaos. Okay, this unit is marching through where all the bombs were. Kind of worried he's gonna walk onto a bomb and just explode. We lost a few cavalry due to the bombs, but not too bad. I'm pretty sure the enemy light infantry lost more, sitting up there harassing us. Alright, let's see. We got 2 sepoy lines. What are you shooting at? There's a howitzer unit just sitting there. What? Hold your fire. Well, that's silly. Let's go ahead and get some sepoy units into these woods. Get them into line here. Get the units into line. Let's see if we can't prepare and advance. These 2 coming in here, and then these kind of joining in here. Cavalry. I'm gonna upset their formation so much if I move the cavalry out too far on this flank. So we're just gonna move them down here to start off with. Let's see, my howitzers rolling up. I want to set them off so they're within range of actually shooting the enemy. Okay, the howitzer was done for. Get this sepoy unit to tangle with those guys. We'll actually have 2 moving this way. And then we have these 3 going that way, adding a 4th down here, and then you will join in towards here. And then we have these 4 to back up the frontal assault, with these 2 joining in behind the 3 going that way. And let's see, a howitzer's gonna set up over there. They'll have range kinda just around here. Just because the enemy is so reluctant on actually deploying their stupid cannons. I mean, if they deploy the cannons, they could have deployed them just as they started, and that would have caused so much more damage than what they're gonna do now. What are we shooting at now? The general's bodyguard. And also we shot one of our own, actually 3 of our own there. He's out scouting a little bit too close, and now he's shooting my own cavalry. He's out here a little bit too close for comfort. Okay, I'm not in the business of murdering generals. I'll allow him to leave. But all his bodyguard is dead. Right. It looks like they've kind of figured out where they're gonna set up their troops. Where's my sepoys? Oh, you're taking way too long, but I don't want to run him up the hill because that's gonna take... Okay, we got quite a few. It's Regiment of Horse. 3 units of Regiment of Horse is set up all on that side. That could be very nasty if we just are very uncareful at how we advance. Okay, so we're gonna anchor this in between the 2 units, the 2 areas of impossible terrain, with these guys backing up, and that will kind of add to backing up the main assault. Okay. We're gonna start moving the howitzers forward. Once the howitzers are within range, I'll deploy them. And then we start the proper advance of the infantry. So far it's taken about 13 minutes just to get into position where the enemy has kind of found a position that they want to hold, I guess. They still have 1 howitzer, 2 batteries. Still pretty nasty, and they still control the high ground. Are you in position? You're winded, but that's how it is. Let's advance. Why are you going all the way over there? Advance. Cavalry advance. And maybe you shouldn't be down here. Maybe you should be actually over here. Okay, we got enemy cavalry unit coming down the hill. Unleash the volleys. Okay, they lose about half the unit before they're able to get through. Oh, I forgot to tell these guys to not be on fire at will, but it kind of worked out. Might have shot quite a few of my own here. Howitzers will move slightly more to this side. I want to be able to... They're moving to the backside of the hill. God, what? Just stop and fight me. I can understand with the general having run away. They're not going to be super aggressive or anything, but at this point it looks like they're leaving the fight altogether. And the thing is, it's kind of odd because this AI is really set to be super aggressive, isn't it? Normally it's all bayonets. It's all bayonets usually. Here comes another cavalry charge. It's the native cavalry. Oh yeah, we'll probably have to fire as soon as possible because we don't have time to reload otherwise. Not as good of a charge, but then again, these guys weren't really going for us. Oh, they're going for my howitzers, are they? Oh, no, don't kill my howitzers. Get out of there. I mean, at this point, with this array they've caused with that cavalry charge, upsetting the reinforcement part of my army. Given that so much cavalry is lost on this side, we should advance now. So much stupid impossible terrain, I can't really advance. Alright, try to get up there. We got some of the forward sepoy units firing. I think with the angle of the hill, it's not going to be that easy actually getting any good shots off here. We kind of got nice impossible terrain here, where I might be able to set up you. If you go, make as long a line as possible there, and then you move on the flank with East India Company moving further on that side. You moving up to kind of back up, but actually more to this side. That could work. Portuguese cavalry is about to die, so that's good. From my position, where can the howitzers reach? Good enough, actually. Good enough. We are receiving quite heavy fire from these grenadiers. I'm gonna be able to push fire in from the flank. We got 3 units of enemy grenadiers there. We'll hopefully can attack them. Be able to get a commanding view from this high ground. Okay, they're turning to face the East India Company instead. And as they're doing that, I'm actually going to move forward. But otherwise I think we'll hold. Let's see if you can't get all the way up there. While the rest might actually... We're going to need one as reinforcing this side. But this guy is going to follow up. So we've got 3 units going all the way up to the top. And then we, of course, have these 2, which is going to back up the main assault through there. Now we've got fire going on to this side and shots landing towards the high hill. Looks like they're not going to try and engage me here, so I'm going to move through the impossible terrain, kind of get a position there. And then you can kind of... Oh, now he's coming at us. I'm worried about that flank, actually. We're going to move back. We're not going to push through just yet. These are setting up to trade fire with each other. Oh, here comes the last cavalry attack. Attacking the columns, going for the hill. However, the columns will be able to support each other pretty well. Looks good. Otherwise, the enemy is reluctant to deploy their artillery for some reason. Okay, so we've got one unit over there. What if push through there? And decisively move on these two. And have the cavalry go around. And maybe that just might work. Can I hit all the way over there? And can I hit, say, this unit there? So it should move as fast as possible, and then the cavalry should set up right behind, ready to throw in to the back. And cavalry is about to get destroyed. We need to continue up the hill here. Get a bit closer in the support. And before, you know what, both fire on that unit is moving in a thick formation. Okay, we're about to get shot in the back. We have to move harder on that side, and I'm gonna move through here. Okay, I'm gonna see how many shots are being good shots. Now the cavalry goes in. This unit running about in between the lines. Good, now they're gone. On top, on top. Cavalry goes in. We got the grenadier. Set one unit to block behind while the rest goes forward. Ooh. Forgot to switch targets there. But I think that helps us, actually. That helped us out. We'll be able to get good shots going in on that. Actually, hit that sepoy unit. Other cavalry units need to get up on the hill as well. I should have ordered them a long time ago. To get up here. We need to advance on the enemy. The thing is, I've got so many troops actually here. We can force our way through bayonet style. Okay, so you're holding the grenadiers off. I'm gonna pull the cavalry back, and we're gonna unleash terrible volleys onto these guys. That plus the howitzer blasting the enemy. And now the main assault of my troops are going in, which looks to be a massive bayonet charge. As all my troops start to march in. Let's stop this one from firing by charging in. Let's get these guys in. Let's get the cavalry back in to charging. Looks like the Portuguese is countering my charge. Tell the howitzers to hold fire. Oh, now they've deployed their cannons. That's a little bit too late. Damn, the Portuguese grenadiers are really good. I'm gonna pull this unit off, because otherwise he's gonna die over there. There's no way the cavalry is gonna make it up there, so I'm gonna push them over here instead. So now we've got massive melee. Oh yeah, it might not have been a great idea to charge Portuguese grenadiers, but the thing is, I'm sending in so many troops. You know what? Cavalry, come down here. Attack these guys from behind. And that might very well do it. Plus this unit is brought down from up top. If you push through, we've got the units on top now being able to turn. So we control the high hill. Here comes the extra cavalry units. Gonna see about getting them to attack that grenadier. And then we charge into the back of this company infantry. And then I'm gonna charge in the back of these. So they're currently firing into our backs. However, got Indian cavalry coming in that way, and good charge from 2 units over here. Should send back... Here's a single company infantry holding back my entire advance of all the infantry. That's probably enough. I'm gonna need all that cavalry down here against the grenadiers, more so than anywhere else, and the infantry soon enough should be able to push through here. And that should be enough to send this guy away. I'm hearing something charging behind me. Oh, it's the remnants of the bloody battery. See if I'm able to hit that. Surprised that we haven't pushed through this unit as of yet. Ah, I just missed. Just missed. Okay, they broke. Get through, attack over there. Cavalry, go over here. Oh, and we broke through here. We have a small unit of grenadiers setting up, but it's a little bit too late. Said that way too many times. Maybe. Okay, we've broke the Portuguese army. And we even without them using their big cannons, well, they used them a little bit. Oh, you're fighting the cannon crew, are you? Hold fire. So now it's all the cavalry against the... You know what? Pull away and go back in. And that should be enough. And I think that should probably do it for those grenadiers. Cycling the charge and going in again. That will break the unit. And they're dropping quite quickly. Still 100 of them. Additional unit coming in from the back. This unit was cut down. These guys are fighting surprisingly well. But then again, my sepoys have climbed the hill and are very tired, so is the enemy as well. Some units lost quite a lot of troops. Oh wait, that's a unit still interested in fighting. And the 4th Grenadiers, oh, they have left the field, actually. You know what? If you can pull back, maybe, you can shoot those guys down. Grenadiers. Actually, let them leave. They're finally done for. As soon as these unleash a volley, I mean even before the enemy decides to leave. And there we have it. Victory. How did this battle take 30 minutes? And the one against 10,000 enemies take 15? Just... the enemy didn't want to fight us and we're just running about this big hill. But there we have it. Victory. Here's the result of the battle, I deployed 7,600 men. That is including the reinforcements from the town, where in which, you know, those guys didn't actually make it, so 6,000 roughly, right? I deployed against 5,000 of the enemy. We lost 2,600, and the enemy lost 4,400. Leaving only 500 for them, while leaving 5,000 for me. That is including the town though, so we'll have to reduce that a little bit further for the actual active army. And then enemies killed compared to what we lost. We shot about 300 of our own, which isn't that bad, considering I've shot a lot more in previous battles. Sepoys, Indian cavalry, howitzers, and so on as we go through the list. Militia in general killed nothing. But there we have it, we pushed them back. Given that I still lost quite a lot of men, I think, yeah, it's still 8,000 to replenish the army. I still think we want to do that, replenish these two armies. I don't think the Portuguese might be able to get something together, put something together after this. But not as much as it's going to stop us. And we're going to be able to take this Pavilion of Achievement. I think a lot of these places though have the Pavilion of Achievements. It's not like a... or it's something that is in the capitals. Capital regions. Anyways, for next time, I'm not entirely sure what we'll be up to. I might have captured... I should have at least pacified or maybe captured all of this, depending on what the Portuguese managed to drum up. Definitely have dealt with these rebels. And then we'll go further here. As for North America, I think we're kind of done in what we want to do. I've said it before, if in case as the last hurdle would be to attack. Oh no, what I want here is, of course, we want to take these back, or at least take this one back to start with. Then we'll see once we go again. The French surely will declare war on us again. But I'm finished against the Spanish. So the last hurdle, there's some things to clear up. We still have the Indian subcontinent. I want to capture all of that. But addition, it would, like, the last thing would be going against the British, because that would be the big hurdle. The problem is that once we go against the British, we wouldn't just be going against the British, because we would be losing our allies if we go against them. So I'm kind of hesitant, but that would be like the last sort of big thing to do. Otherwise, I think we'll end it after I've completely taken over India or destroyed the Mughals. I think we would end it there because, I mean, we've kind of set it up then so that the Dutch would have kind of taken the place of the British in that regard. I just noticed how much Sweden have taken here. They're controlling so much. Oh, the Russians are back here. Russians have regained that area. And they have so they've got more than just this little shit area right here. Not sure how long they will survive for. The Prussians haven't made that many moves. They took out Saxony and took these two areas. But they haven't moved any more than that. Anyways, enough talking. It's time to end this video. So, I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.